Now back to Outdoors with Larry Rea on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Rea on ESPN 790 on this September the 24th, opening day of the bow season. For a lot of you folks are heading out in Tennessee and
please, everybody, get out in the field on the water to shoot.
All right, well, let's turn the show over to Ron Wong because he wants all the hunters to be out.
Absolutely.
Why do you want all the hunters to be out, Ron?
More space on the water for me to fish.
Well, there's a lot of us would be out today. I'm not going today, but I'm going Monday, and I can't wait because I'm taking my new – y'all heard that? Of course, you don't take old stuff. I'm taking my new – from Browning Crossbows, the 161 crossbow, part of the 07 series, and this is an amazing crossbow. I tell you what, when I got it, it was like a kid in a toy shop. I was just looking over it and everything, and it fits. Ron's got, there it is right there.
That thing is amazing.
Is that not cool?
That is really, really cool.
7.2 pounds.
And I have to tell you something. It looks like something I might be able to even use.
I think you could do that because
this is really cool.
It's got a cocky. Well, let's talk to Kevin Howard on it. I mean, my goodness, man, he knows all about it and everything. Kevin is the owner and president of Howard Communications. Known Kevin for a long time. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know how. You're a busy man, right?
Well, I try to stay busy.
Well, I mean, when folks think about. When you think about Hunter Specialties, which is almost like part of the Outdoors of Larry Rea team, our good friends at Mossy Oak, Birchwood Casey, Winchester Repeating Arms, and, of course, Browning. And when I heard about this this crossbow, and I've never used a crossbow, like I said, I'm 73. I wanted something light, and my goodness, here it comes. The tradition of Browning, of the best there is the 161 crossbow. So tell our listeners a little bit about this crossbow.
Well, Browning, when they decided to get into the crossbow market, they were thinking in terms a lot of helping rifle hunters convert to archery. And, one of the big things in a good rifle is a good trigger. And if you've not shot other crossbows, and I've shot several, but they always had kind of a clunk trigger, I called it, because you'd pull it and there was kind of a clunk and it went off. And they shot okay, but, a rifle hunter that understands trigger control and the ability to shoot more accurately will certainly appreciate the Browning crossbows. They've got a system in it called a Trigger Tech trigger, and it's even gold like the Browning rifles have, the gold triggers, and but it's about 3.5 pounds pull weight, and in addition to just being a great looking trigger, it's a great feeling trigger and one that really helps the guy convert from shooting a rifle to shooting a bow.
Yeah, and that's what I've been told. And but the advantage of this, and maybe the folks don't know what the 07 series is. Tell them about that.
Well, that's a naming series that the people building the bow came up with, and just to name the series of the bows. And so in 2016 they have the 161, which is designates the first bow in 2016, and they've got the 162. And so that's just a naming way for them to keep track of the bows, and as they add more bows and more years, it'll be a simple way for people to understand it.
So I've got the simple way. I got the 161. Okay. So
right.
So the next one would be 262.
The next one next year, will probably be the 171 or the 170.
All right. Well, I know it's a cool device, and I know it's hard to explain on the radio as we look, because it's like trying to tell everybody how handsome we are in here this morning. That nobody will believe that. But this is
true.
This is. I knew you would be the one that would say that. Ron Wong over there is my fisherman. John Gordon is also sitting in with us from Avery, and they do a lot of archery business over there, don't you, John?
We do at our outlet store at the office. One thing I was telling Kevin, I was telling Larry is when he shoots that crossbow. One thing I just started shooting one myself, and you don't realize that there's no recoil to one, so you can anticipate a recoil and actually flinch your shot. So it takes a little bit getting used to, but crossbows are great. And down here in the Mid-South, we have so many deer. They're really encouraging everybody to harvest as many as you can. And that's a great way to do it.
It sure is, and really expands the opportunities for a number of people, whether young people or ladies who have maybe a harder time drawing a traditional type bow, or older people as.
There you go, Kevin. Okay, Kevin, you just mentioned it. Older people. He's thinking of me.
I didn't say old. I said older.
Oh, okay. That's we had Jimmy Houston on earlier, and you can't get older than Jimmy. Okay, so let's go on here, Kevin. But no, you're right. That's what when I saw this and I contacted Kevin because I'd heard how hard they are to cock, how heavy they are, and everything else. But this one, I've got the cocking device in it. And explain that to the listeners, Kevin.
Well, what it is, you've got the crank system, right, Larry?
Yes, yeah.
And what that does, they've integrated the cranking system into where it stores into the butt of the stock of the crossbow, and then you just pop the crank out, and then the strings that go down to pull the bow back. That's a really unique thing too. They've got a track system that goes down beside the slide of the bow, so that they can't get out. And the real key to crossbow accuracy, in addition to the good trigger, is to pull the bow back so that it comes back straight.
Yes.
So that when you cock it, the string comes back straight, and that way you wouldn't think about it, but if you do it by hand, sometimes you can pull harder one side than the other, which actually kind of cocks the bow a little crooked, and your accuracy can suffer. So the cranking system, along with the track to hold the string attached to the track as you pull back, really increases the repetitiveness of it and the accuracy.
And it's got so many. It comes with a rope cocking device. That comes with the basic one when you buy this, but it also comes. You can get for the extra the Browning crank cocking device as an add-on accessory, which I've got, and the comfort level. And Kevin, when I looked at it, and it said 7.2 pounds.
Right.
That's got to be the lightest on the market or something like that.
Well, that's a fairly light bow, and people in the older bows were heavy for sure and awkward. This one, I actually used one on a exotic hunt in Texas in February, and we stalked a fallow deer for about 1.5 miles, and that's something that's with the old type crossbows was a little harder to do. But it is it's handy in a tree stand or a ground blind, and so it's very manageable in terms of using it to shoot different angles and that sort of thing too.
That's what I was telling John, how much this thing weighs, because I'd heard that some of them weigh 9 pounds or something, whatever, and trying to lug those things around. The safety devices on it, the comfort it comes with, the Trigger Tech trigger system. I like that too.
Yeah, and there's a couple of safety things with this bow.
Yeah.
That one of the problems with a crossbow is if the arrow gets slides down from the string, the string can jump, which can cause you problems.
Yeah. Yes.
Or if it's not put into the slide right, the string can jump the knock, and so this has a dual safety system.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
Once you're cocked, if the bolt or arrow is not all the way back, it won't shoot.
It won't shoot.
And if the vein that lines up the knock is not in right, so if you happen to turn it and put it the wrong way, it won't cock the trigger.
Yeah.
And so it's a double safety in terms of firing without the bolt in there. And then, of course, it has regular safety. It's kind of like a rifle safety in terms of on and off. And when you cock it, the safety goes on. And so it's a real safe bow. And one of the things they have is it's like a guard to keep your hand from coming above the bow.
Yes, yeah.
Frankly, you don't want fingers or bows above
no.
that.
No.
Or above the string by any means, and so that's just an added safety feature to keep you from putting your fingers where you shouldn't. So.
And it's also made in the USA.
Yes, sir.
And crossbows are very popular. I know for a long time only people with injuries and things along that could shoot them, or now I get back in the age again, but the age of folks. But now this is really Browning to jump in this. A lot of folks said, well, why do they want to get involved in this? But when they jumped into this, they wanted to do it right, didn't they, Kevin?
They did, and it lives up to the best there is Browning tagline, and certainly they've come out with a couple of bows that are really that meet that.
Well, I asked when I saw it. I said it only got 3 arrows. I mean, how many am I going to need? They said, well, you should just need 3, unless you lose them or something like that. So I said, well, 3 arrows, What's the bag limit here in Tennessee? I can do it out and everything like that. And another thing, Kevin, so tell our listeners out there how they can get information about this and let them know.
Yeah, probably the best thing is just to go to the Browning Crossbow website, which is browningcrossbows.com, and they can check out all the features and benefits of the bow there, and both of them, both the 161 and the 162, and then they do offer, additional arrows, and they offer a case and those sort of things. So
got a cool. It's got a cool case too for you folks out there, because you look impressive when you get out of your truck in that case.
Yeah.
I mean, to do that, and I got to mention, folks, Kevin and his company has been very good to Outdoors of Larry Rea. We've been on the air going to our 16th year, and I really like Kevin because the roots are, and you talk, well, you say he's P&R for the company and things like that, but this is a guy that I didn't know this, Kevin, that your family still has the same farm from 1923. Is that right?
That's right. My dad moved on it when he was 4 months old, and I like to tell the story. I'm sure a lot of your listeners are in the agriculture business.
Yes, they are. Uh-huh.
They farmed all the farm that we had with horses and mules, and when my granddad finally retired at 89, he was driving a air-conditioned tractor. So I've seen it all there.
And your farm is located where?
It's north of St. Louis, about 50 miles.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
We farm some Mississippi bottom ground, and then we have hill ground too.
He's from Cardinal country, folks. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean we know that. Yeah, Kevin, thank you, man, and I will be giving you reports. I will be posting it on my Facebook page and Outdoors of Larry Rea, LROutdoors.com. This wonderful crossbow, and I'll let you know my success. I hope I won't have to let you know any that other part, but I'll let you know. Okay, buddy? All right.
Well, you have a good time. Enjoy that bow.
Thank you, Kevin. All right. Kevin Howard it's a wonderful crossbow, and I can't wait to give it a try next week.
That thing is really, really cool.
The thing about
it really is.
The light, because Ron, you and I are about the same size, and I've heard if you lug those other ones around, they're and Ron is big on light. Like Lou's has got the world's light. You get a Lou's rod and reel. This is kind of like the Lou's of crossbow hunting.
7 pounds I can handle.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But that's cool. That thing is really, really nice.
So go to Browning. You can go to their website there and find out some info. It's browningcrossbows.com. All right, Stuart, let's take a break. Come right back on Outdoors with Larry. We've got John Gordon in studio, and you'll be able to see John. He was right on the cover. I don't know how he got the cover of LROutdoors.com, but he's on the home page.
I wonder how.
Yeah, I don't know either how. But anyway, so we'll be right back.
You can find